I'll never forget the day I moved to Phoenix. It was June 17th. I was driving down the I-17. It was around 5 o'clock, and I turned on the local radio station and heard the man say that the temperature had cooled down to 108. Are you kidding me? You cannot be serious. Trademark John McEnroe. So why would anyone move to Phoenix? In this video, I'll share with you some important pros and cons of living in Phoenix, including a few insights I've gained while driving clients over the valley and helping people buy and sell their homes. By the way, the valley, that's what people who live in the Phoenix metropolitan area call it. We call it the valley because it's bound on all sides by mountain ranges. So the Valley of the Sun or the valley? Where do you live in the valley is a question that people ask here. So that's a little insider tip. So the first con of living in Phoenix, and I'm going to keep it 100, it's the summers. The summers below. Yes, it is a dry heat, and that really does make a difference until you hit about 100 degrees, and then it's just hot. Once it gets past 110, which is not unusual in the month of August, it's fairly unpleasant, and most of us just sort of go from one air-conditioned locale to the next. Luckily, pretty much everywhere is air-conditioned because it's always been hot here, so that's good. Con number 2, the valley is huge. The city of Phoenix is only about 24 miles by 24 miles, including the surrounding suburbs or real cities. The valley is about 70 miles wide and almost as long north to south. So it's bigger than the state of Rhode Island is Maricopa County, which is mostly what the Phoenix metropolitan area is. So why is that a problem? Well, the problem is that the public transportation system here is fairly inadequate. So you pretty much have to have a car. If you're moving here from someplace like New York City or even Chicago or some other metropolitan areas that have at least downtown area with good public transport, that really doesn't exist here in the valley. So, it might be the 5th largest city in the country, but it kind of lives like a big small town. And so you need a car to get around. Con number 3, it is the desert. I mean, it is dry here. Constantly having to put on lotion like I did just 5 minutes before this video, or else I would look like an alligator. So annual rainfall in Phoenix is just under 8 inches per year, and the US average is 30. So if you're a cactus or a mesquite tree, which is native to the area, or other prickly thing, you'll thrive here. Green grass, petunias, not so much. So if maintaining a pristine green lawn is something that's important to you, it's not impossible, but you're definitely going to have to get your green thumb on here in a serious way. On the pro side, so this is going to be a con and a pro, it's the desert. So if you don't really like rain, like me, you're fine. I don't even own an umbrella. I have like my old ski jacket from Colorado, but I really don't even own an umbrella. One summer, I think it was just a few years ago, it didn't rain for 141 days straight. So if you're not into galoshes, but you are into flip-flops, this is the place for you. We have over 300 sunny days per year. Another thing on the pro side is that it's relatively affordable. It's not as affordable as it used to be, but a moderate-sized 3-bedroom home is under $450,000, and property taxes are only about $1,600 a year on a house like that, depending on which municipality in the metro area in the valley that you live in. So while we're the 5th largest city in the country, we're actually 18th most expensive out of the top 55 metro areas in the country. So not as cheap as it used to be, but still behind some of your bigger metros like Denver, San Francisco, Seattle, like that, okay? The other thing that is kind of a great thing, considering, again, we're the 5th largest city in the country, is that the traffic isn't that bad here compared to Chicago or LA, Atlanta, or even Miami, where I grew up. So rush hour here is really just about an hour, right? It's an hour on either side of 5 o'clock. You can get some pretty good traffic, stop and go, depending on which one you're on. But otherwise, it seems like everything in the valley is like 20 to 25 minutes away. And, when 6:30 rolls around, you're driving 65 or whatever, you like to drive. I tend to have a lead foot. Last thing is that even though downtown Phoenix is borderline sleepy compared to New York, nobody's going to call Phoenix a city that never sleeps. It's come a long way. We have a professional basketball team, the Suns. We have a professional baseball team and stadium, the Arizona Diamondbacks or D-backs, and those two stadiums are right in downtown, just a couple blocks away from each other. So our downtown area also boasts Arizona State University's downtown campus, and they've done an extraordinary job of building new housing, new buildings, a medical facility, bioengineering facilities. That's really helped to expand our economic base in the valley and bring a lot of new types of people into the valley as well. And downtown is actually someplace that has, lots of cool small shops, farmers markets, breweries, art galleries, and things like that. The other thing is that on the contrast to that is that Phoenix has a huge mountain preserve right in the middle of the city. So the Phoenix Mountain Preserve is 37,000 acres of public land with hundreds of trails right in the middle of the city. Central Park, which is amazing, is only 843 acres, just to give you a sense of scale. So it really is a lot of open space for outdoor enthusiasts, people who like to trail run or hike or mountain bike. That's really available widely to people who live in the valley. There's also South Mountain, the southern part of the valley, and then the McDowell Range, the Superstition. So like I said, the valley is ringed by mountains. If you're an outdoor person, you'd be surprised how many outdoor activities you can do within Phoenix city limits and within the Phoenix metro area. We also have one of the highest rates of boat ownership per capita, which is a surprise to a lot of people. So if you do like outdoor activities and that's something that's important to you, this is a really great location for that. The other thing that I really do love about Phoenix is that it's a pretty casual town. So I think I alluded to earlier that I don't own an umbrella, but I own like an array of flip-flops. I got my dress flip-flops, I got my casual flip-flops, I got my hiking flip-flops. Yeah, those exist. Is that it is so casual that you never have to wear pantyhose. It's a relaxed lifestyle. It's affordable, relatively speaking, and there's ample outdoor and indoor options for entertainment. Taxes are relatively low, and there's good weather. So with that combination, the valley is pretty hard to beat. And you can learn more about some of the best places to live in Phoenix by watching this next video.